Hey guys, welcome. It's Ryan with Big Dog Investing. Thank you guys for tuning in to another video. I want to thank you all for showing up. I have 16 new subscribers in the past 2 days since I started my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. You guys mean everything to me, so I appreciate it. If you guys could like, comment, subscribe, click the bell notification down below so YouTube can send you guys notifications whenever I release videos. I would greatly appreciate it. And then also send these videos in my page to people who you know, friends, family, coworkers, anyone that you guys feel would be interested in watching videos based on crypto or other financial markets. I'm going to cover it all, mainly going to be focused on crypto. Again, I have a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or do should be considered financial advice. But, I have a lot of news and I'm going to share, and we're going to get a deep dive into today. There's a lot that happened today in the markets for crypto, at least. Stocks, they were down today, but less than 1%, so it wasn't really a huge deal. Uh, Getting into crypto, the market cap is obviously up higher than what it was yesterday. So we got 2 green days to start out the new year. Um, we ended up at 807 billion dollars in the market. So now we're up to 818. So we had another green day, which is pretty good. So we're going to continue on and see what happens. We can drop down quite a bit in the market, but we can also go up quite a bit. We're in it for the long haul with our investing. And, if you guys want to make true money, it's not, buying something and it's going to go up 200% in one day. The majority of people who make their money in crypto buy low, wait markets, whether it goes up or down eventually. As time has gone on, it keeps on going up and up and up. So we'll see what happens. We talked yesterday that if you invested $1,000 into Bitcoin 10 years ago, you'd have over $1.2 million, which is kind of crazy. $1,000 to 1.2 in 10 years. It's ridiculous, but people are doing it. And you guys can get in on this early adoption right now into crypto. We're going to see what happens, but we're going to get started with our deep dive. Today, the press secretary ended up getting asked a question by reporters. I'm going to embed this video. I'll send you guys the link in the description below if you guys want to watch it. But basically, reporter asked her a question why, Sam Bankman-Fried met with White House officials several times before his arrest. And she basically just responded, hey, he met with them, but it was for pandemic preventions and measures with financial markets and FTX. For those of you guys that don't know, Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested on fraudulent charges with his whole FTX scandal, where he ended up losing about $8 billion of people's funds, and it's disappeared. No one knows where it's at. He doesn't know where it's at. He's like, I don't know. I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm going to do everything I can. But John Deaton, this is a lawyer who we're going to talk about here in a second. He basically comes out and says, this is what buying access gets you. Who the hell is going to listen to Sam Bankman fraud on the pandemic prevention? He was cutting deals. I guarantee you he was wanting the White House to support what he was asking at Gary Gensler, who is the head of the SEC right now, for buying a regulatory advantage. He's a huge lawyer right now who's trying to talk about the XRP case right now, and he wants to appear on the people who are in XRP. He ended up filing a motion today to appear and talk about the Library case. Library was in a trial with the SEC and ended up losing, but he wants to appear on behalf of Library here in just a little bit. So this is going to be interesting to see if Library ends up appealing the case. With Sam Bankman-Fried, though, he asked the judge to keep confidential identities of two people who helped secure his bail on the FTX charges. He doesn't want those names released, and he filed a motion with the judge. He actually did appear in court today, so here's this video right here of him getting escorted in, a bunch of video cameras, a bunch of news reporters trying to ask questions. He's just trying to get in as fast as he can into the courthouse. He ended up pleading not guilty on all charges, which is kind of crazy. So according to Watcher Guru, Sam Bankman-Fried pleads not guilty to all charges in the FTX fraud case. This is kind of crazy because there's a lot of controversy with this guy. He ends up, getting, the money disappears. He, hides out in the Bahamas, gets arrested there. extradited back to the United States and now pleads not guilty. Why was he going to the Bahamas? That's, up for debate. We'll talk about it later on, figure out what's going on. I'll talk about the whole FTX scandal in an upcoming video and about the XRP lawsuit, and that deals with the John Deaton stuff. Logan Paul ended up coming out and saying that he unknowingly hired multiple criminals and con men who led and developed his crypto NFT project, CryptoZoo. A lot of people lost a bunch of money in this CryptoZoo NFT projects. So we're going to see what happens later on with that. We're going to talk about Brad Garlinghouse right now. He is the founder and CEO of XRP. He ended up posting today that today is the first day of the 118th Congress, while prior efforts at regulatory clarity for crypto in the US have stalled. I am cautiously optimistic that 2023 is the year we will finally see a breakthrough. And here's the thread why. So he talks about the people who are in here have publicly supported blockchain and recognize the need for clarity. He goes on to say that we're not working with a blank slate. Prior bills have tried to address everything from stablecoins and CEXs, clear definitions of what constitutes a digital asset security, safe harbors, and digital tokens, and more. No bill is going to be perfect, and there will likely never will be one that satisfies everyone. But the perfect shouldn't be the enemy of progress. Those proposals provided more than a starting point for debate in this new Congress. The stakes couldn't be higher. Singapore, the EU, Brazil, and Japan all have crypto frameworks, and the UK is well ahead of the US, but a lack of coordinated standards globally continues to push businesses to countries with lower regulatory bars, with some catastrophic results. And he talks about the FTX scandal. He points that out right there. That's a huge jab that the US has not made regulatory clarity of cryptocurrency here in the United States, even though uh, Brad Garlinghouse and other XRP slash Ripple workers went to um, the SEC asking them for clear guidelines before they were actually sued. They met with the SEC multiple times and asked, hey, can you let us know what we're doing? Can you let us know what we're doing? Are we in regulation standards? And then there was no, like, hey, no, you're not, change this. And then the lawsuit happened, and it's still going on to this day. So we're going to see, and I'll do a deep dive into that later on. Like I said, I want to get something out next week on deep dives into either the top 100 or talking about the FTX or the XRP lawsuit. But he goes on to say that changing the status quo is never easy, but I believe that we will but the will to act exists. The building blocks for regulation have always been introduced, and we will have a chance to get the right for millions of Americans who are already and will continue to be interested in crypto. The 118th Congress has a historic opportunity before it to ensure that the U.S. remains an innovation leader for decades to come. We hope it's one they take. And I kind of agree with this. He goes on, like what he was talking about, saying that the bill's never going to satisfy everyone, and if you try to make something perfect before you actually get started, nothing's ever going to get done. So roll with the punches is kind of what I'm thinking he's meaning right here, and I kind of agree. We got to roll with the punches and see what happens with crypto regulatory clarity, because as of right now there was none, and we lost $8 billion that we can't figure out with the old FTX scandal, and there's going to be a lot of lawsuits and people that are going to hopefully get arrested, whoever was involved with that and had a knowing stealing of money and and money embezzling and everything else. We go to crypto bubbles. We'll look and see what the biggest gainers of today are, and then we'll go ahead and finish up this video. On the day right here, when you go to click crypto bubbles, you can figure out if it's the 5 minute, 15 minutes, hours, days, weeks. Based on the week, the majority of stuff is now considered up. On the week, BIT is up 42.5%, Lido Dow's 28.1%, and Solana's up 25%. But just on the day, we have mainly all greens today. Solana is going to be our biggest gainer at 15.5%. FXS at 9.9%, ETC at 9.7%. We have a few, coins that are reds, but the majority of the crypto market was up today. And, like I said, the stock market was down less than 1% today. So it was not really a lot to talk about with the stock market. Thank you guys for following. Make sure that, again, that you guys like, subscribe, comment down below. Let friends and family know about my YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. And the last thing, if you can't invest with the big dogs, make sure you guys stay on the porch. Thank you guys and have a good one.